Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports.
We have a cold... The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3 to 1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Offense.
Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He hits Baldwin right side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. He's locked in early. 2 nice first down completions to start.
I like the fact that he's seeing the whole field early, spreading it around a little bit in the early going.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Chris Jones on the stop.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. So here are the Jets now backed up to start their first drive. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time. Able to bust through the tackle, but not much to show for it. Still inside the 5. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
I love the modern game, but that was a throwback right there to see the big man with football, running, knocking people aside, and picking up yardage. That takes me back to the 60s, the 70s, when fullbacks ruled the earth.
Here's the Jets punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He'll take it at the 42.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So that penalty will back him up half the distance to the goal line. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And hitting Juju on the slant. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
2 yards. And a Steeler 1st down.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At the Jets' 40-yard line.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 31-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Are you serious?
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up.
Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season, and the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
22-yard line.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Taken down by DeForest.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers 7, Jets nothing.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 4th down, Kyle Shanahan will send out the field goal unit. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Jets 3.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets ready to get going again here on offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now a handoff looking right, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Taking it about the 16. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Pretty effective blitz there to stop the draw play right in its tracks.
And actually, when they blitz, draw play's supposed to work very well. You're supposed to have them bypass the runner, and he slips past them. But they put their eyes in the right place, took away all the creases, and slowed him down in a big way.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Completion here to Claypool. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
For Chase Claypool, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Able to hit his target, Claypool. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 34.
This play started with the protection, and you have to have it to give your quarterback time to let routes develop downfield, and then it's on him to locate an open man, and he does just that. Play callers love 4 vertical routes because receivers can be open at any time downfield, often for big gains.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Back to throw again. His pass caught at the 4. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Finding his safety valve here, that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
A gain of 7.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Back to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the 1st. So we have reached halftime here, and just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Jets 3.
The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a throw here, hauled in. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
To number 89. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 3.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is taken at the 15. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
2nd and 4. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
2nd and 9 now. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
A 1st down carry for Foster. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Third down. And
They'll drop to throw.
to go.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
And the Steelers.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And it's 21-3. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a hit and a loose football.
Recovered by the kicking team.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also want
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man on the out route. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That'll bring up 4th down after back-to-back-to-back 3-yard pickups.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. They create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if we can drive the bus here again on this drive. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
That's the end of the third quarter.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And to give this time to the tailback. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders. And
look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
So this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And that's off the mark, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
By the Steelers. They'll take over first.
This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 37. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
He's tackled.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
For the running back. He was taken down at the 22.
With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Let's go, let's go.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal.
And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
2nd and goal.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Pittsburgh, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.